Hello there YouTube, Musical Aviator here. We're on the ground at Taipei in the EVA Air Cargo. And let's say again, EVA Air, Boeing 777, branded in the Hello Kitty livery. Obviously the cargo loaders have just arrived, put in the side there. I'm just waiting for the aircraft to be loaded with cargo. Meanwhile, this Qantas Boeing 747 has just pushed back onto the area behind us. And the Cathay Pacific 777 a little bit forward in the gate, probably on a different scenery. With another Reaver having just taken off. We're going to jump in. We're at Terminal 2, Apron C, gate number 7. Turning on the ADIRU and the IFE. Emergency lights are on. Let's come down to here, RCTP, Taipei. I can move over a bit more. Maybe that's a bit far. At some point I feel comfortable. Right about there. Yeah. Cool. We'll use the GPS for the inertial position reference. Leaving Taipei, and we're off to Shanghai, Pudong. Got the route, we'll request that. That goes into CPDLC while our IRSs are aligning. While that happens, I may well come down here. Actually, that's ready. We'll load that. And to payload. And I'll just match that up to 15.8, what we're doing. And for the fuel, we're uploading 24.8. Cool. Happy with that. Having a look at the actual flight plan. That is correct. We've got a massive funny change of direction in the middle, and that is associated with China to Taiwan. They call the ADIZ. It's a disputed area with a air defense identification zone. So you're not allowed to enter the ADIZ without a flight plan, and there's some parts of the ADIZ that you're not allowed to go. Due to that, we'll have a massive kind of reroute around a portion of airspace that you'll see when we get to it. That's it. I'm happy to activate that flight plan. We'll give it a flight number. And our flight number today is EVA 752. It's quite inconvenient, this ADIZ, because it does lengthen the journey quite a bit. Okay, 229.1 for the gross rate, 215.8 as we saw. That's all good. I've got legs, data, ready to unload. That all looks good. And over to the forecast. Load that. That looks fine to me. Pre-flight checklist, oxygen. Double check. That oxygen's fine. That one's good. No jump seaters today, but just in case. There'll be one over the other side as well. Cool. Flight instruments, we're just waiting for that. So let's go and listen to the ADIS 12765.
Approach, runway, wind 050, breeze 23 knots, visibility 10 kilometers or more, cloud, view 1,500 feet, broken 2,600 feet, broken 4,000 feet, temperature 102.10 QNH 1028 hectopascals, no seat, departure frequency 125.1. Spray 1 radar departure may be issued by tower control before departure. Inform Taipei approach or Taipei tower on initial contact that you have information. Foxtrot, Taiwan Taoyuan International Airport, information. Foxtrot 1430 Zulu. Expect ILS approach runway. Wind 050 degrees 23 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Cloud view 1,005.
Alright, so we got information Foxtrot 5 runway, well, probably 5 right for us since it's just behind us. And QNH was 1028. Cloud 1,500. See if we have a delivery, if it's just ground. Looks like it's just ground, 1217. Boarding passengers now. A little bit late. Flaps will be 15 for takeoff. Center gravity trim is 22.6. And we'll have a thrust reference D rate of 45. Papa Alpha 1 Alpha should be our departure route. Anyway, calling the departure clearance.
Taiwan 20 S and Alpha Space because to the air.
Flight
5-3.
approved the runway 05 left.
Runway 05 left, Taiwan 20.
Taipei ground, EVA 752, requesting clearance to Shanghai.
EVA 752, clear to Shanghai airport by PMDG Alpha. After PMDG Alpha, on the departure, initial time maintain 3000, squawk 2606.
EVA 752 cleared to Shanghai. Papa Alpha 1 Alpha departure, Yana, transition, and initial climb 3000, score code 2646.
EVA 752, reach correct, departure frequency 125.1, advise be ready for pushback.
Departure frequency 125.1, and we'll go on pushback, EVA 752. Okay, flight instruments we have 3, 2, 4 on both sides. Matches the compass. 120 feet.
Taxiway
So
Sierra
good.
5.
Papa Alpha 1 Alpha departure. 5 right. That looks good. Squawk code is set 2646 and departure 3000. I'm in a mind to do right more.
Taxi to 8 Charlie 1 by Charlie 5, Sierra 5, Sierra and Quebec.
Take off, thrust limit. Let's select 75. Climb 2. Got plenty of long runway, it's 3,800 meters.
Charlie 2 by Sierra 5, Sierra and Quebec.
And there's our speeds, 148 on V1, 150 on the rotation, 152 on the climb out. I'll set that 152. Hot director's going on. And LNAV Bino for departure. Righty, let's do a departure brief. We'll be backing off and nose to the left. It's a right hand pushback onto Quebec. Taxi out Quebec 1 Romeo, probably. All the way out to Romeo then Sierra 1. I need the full length with our D rate. 3,800 meters. Cool. After departure, actually we'll talk about the V speeds up to 100 knots. After that we are committed apart from major failures like hydraulics and fires or engine failures. After the V1, it's only 48 knots after that. We'll be committed for the takeoff, rotating at 150 and airborne by 152. Climbing at 152. If we were to have an engine failure, we'd make a right hand turn and back to the runway. Assuming everything goes correctly, we'll be heading out and taking the nav. V-nav and LNAV are set and we're on the D rate 2. Let's bring up the chart now for departure, which is the Papa Piano 1 Alpha. Piano 1. That's fun. Right, so with this departure, 600 feet till we turn and we make a left-hand turn on the right-hand runway to Taipei 064 and direct to Octan, direct to Piano. After that it is
Taipei ground, hello,
That's fine.
left 1, heavy, requesting Auckland to Hong Kong, please.
There are meters to worry about once we enter Chinese airspace. That won't happen until the massive turn. So there'll be an obvious left-hand turn, almost 90 degrees, at flight level 370, and at which point we'll be cleared to flight level 371, or something similar to that. Cool, Piano 1, RNAV, and that matches all the chart. Flight deck door, closed and locked. Passenger signs.
It's Cafe 521 heavy, requesting
on.
7 to Hong Kong, please.
I'm going to close some doors here. MCP V2 is set. 053 for the heading. Altitude is set for 3000. Takeoff speeds are set. CDU pre-flight complete. Trim just running on that. Let's open up the hydraulics and also start the APU. We're about to depart. Taxi and takeoff briefing complete. Set the beacon. Turn on the rest of the hydraulics. And let's check out that trim. Needs to be 6.75. And that is set. Trim set. Before start checks are complete. I think we'll call for the pushback truck. I'll need to double check what's going on the stats page. APU is good. Power's coming off. And the ground stuff can be removed. Don't know why that's not doing anything, but let's reset it. Back to the checklist. That's all good. Well, the nose to the left. Let's check in with ground. Charlie 7.
Heavy ground, good evening, about 624, it's with 06.
It has 624, 62, Bravo 9, dial 58, Sierra 6, Quebec 2, Quebec.
If you're wondering if that's a rather feminine voice, it is actually a girl by the name of Charlotte Lee.
62, Bravo 9er, via 606, Quebec 2, Quebec, Eva 624.
Taipei Grand Eva 752, gate number Charlie 7 with information Foxtrot ready for push.
It has 752, Michigan Star approved, and runway 05 right.
Pushback and start approved, 05 right, see you 752. Parking brake is released. Cool. So auto brake is RTO. Looking up here we have hydraulics set. Window heats all going on. Packs on automatic. Turning on fuel. Left and right tanks. Let's just double check the fuel page here. That's all good. 12.4, 24.8 total. And engine EICAS is on. Train on the other side, not bad. It's the o'clock, we're actually right on time. Alright, we'll begin our engine start once we're on Quebec and straight. Pushback trucks have a hard time turning the airplane when you've got the engines running, especially if it's just one engine. We'll be starting the right hand side engine first.
Charlie 1, Viva 624, we are at gate 409 in Charlie now. 谢谢，晚安。
There's all the other lot. Don't know why I have another. Hope that's not a PMDG plane. Could be. .624. Nope, it's my traffic. Cool. Who would have thought that, huh? Cathay Boeing 747. Anyway, we're going to jump on board and start our engine. Starting engine at right first. Right engine set, N2 is rising, fuel control set to run.
Power, microphone 2.
Back and brake set. Cabin crew, arm doors and cross check. Starter cutout on the right. We'll start the left engine now. N2 is rising. Fuel control set to run.
Unlocking gear.
Gear unlocked.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass main removed.
While that's happening, we'll select flat 15.
Translation 8035, taxi to gate Alpha 1, via taxiway November 8, Echo Charlie, November Papa.
And ground, the Maple Hill 8 at Taiwan now is shutting down. Thanks for the service. Tonight we will.
If ever you are in your welcome, happy weekend.
Get that. Cleared to disconnect. Catch you guys.
Yeah, ready for Bushback can start up. Cathay 521.
APU shut down. Okay, let's do the rest of the checklist there. Auto brake set RTO. Anti-ice not required. Recall. Recall check. No items. Flight controls and ground equipment. Waiting for the flight controls. Let's go. All the way over to the right. Forward. Left. Back. Right is good. And to the left is good. Flight controls checked. Ground equipment is clear. We are ready for taxi.
8035, taxi to gate Alpha 1.
Clear now.
Taxiway Echo Charlie. Taxiway November 8, Echo Charlie, November Papa.
And we're ready. That's cool.
Can you say again?
Channel 8035, taxi to gate Alpha 1, taxiway November 8, Echo Charlie, November Papa.
If you Alpha 1 by November 8 equals Charlie, November Papa.
Taipei ground EVA 752 is ready for taxi, and we have information that Foxtrot, we are currently on Quebec.
EVA 752 shifting to runway 05 right and taxiway Quebec 1001, drop runway 05 right.
Taxi to 05 right by Quebec, Quebec 1001, EVA 752. Clock's on. Give that QNH 1028. 752. Let's go. Brakes are off. Clock is on. Taxi lights on. The cabin is ready. Pop the old camera on. Haven't used this for a little while. Now there's just to keep the yellow line right in between the two wheels while you're on the straight. While you're turning, you overshoot the front wheel so that the back two wheels actually remain inside the yellow line. Or to the point that the yellow line remains inside the two back bogies. Okay, slowing it up, 7 knots. Pass through the line. And now I'm just going to start moving it across, making sure you don't run over the side. Straighten out. Good. Next one coming up is Sierra. That one there's Romeo. Once again, pass through the center line. And then they just start to wander off back into the yellow line, keeping it in the window. And as it passes out of the window, come around sharp. Kind of undercooked that one slightly, but wasn't too bad. I don't need it anymore. Let's go to the checklist. Perhaps set 15 before takeoff check is complete. And I'll select engine for now. Evergreen hangar.
Good evening, ground with 106, with you at Nicholas 7.
Let's call the cabin. Cabin crew, seats for departure.
Papa 6, November 7, November Papa 106.
contact 752, contact tower 118.7.
Over to tower 118.7, EVA 752. Have a good evening. Taipei Tower, EVA 752, runway 5 right, fully ready. Camera just for this corner.
Okay. EVA 752, taxi runway 505, left wind 05 degree 23 knots, 1028, clear for takeoff.
EVA right, clear for takeoff, EVA 752. Clock's on, all the lights going on. Strobes also, taxi lights up.
Approaching 06.
Copy 06. That's the old designation, that's 05 right now. That's still painted as 06. But okay, engine set. We're good to go. Clear for takeoff. %, 55, stable, Toga.
On taxiway.
Continuing, 80 knots.
V1, rotate V2.
Positive rate, gear up. One, 2, 5, 1 is next. Climb thrust set. 1,000 feet to go. Light switch.
East. Roll.
125.1, EVA 752. That's 5. There was 3. Nice one.
5,303. Fancy 90801, descent maintain 5,000.
Flaps up.
And Fancy 90801, reduce speed to 200 knots.
Departures EVA 752, 3,000 feet.
EVA 752, greeting Taipei approaching contact. Climb maintain flight level 190 direct to piano.
Flight level 190 direct to piano. EVA 752.
Flight 123, contact Taipei control 126.7, have a nice flight, alright?
190 set. Direct to piano.
Thank you, bye-bye. Bye-bye. ActiveSky 077, please increase speed to 200 until 15 DM. Correction, until 10 DME.
Roger, increase speed 200 knots to 15.
Happy with that?
10 DMD confirm.
Autopilot set.
Affirm, increase speed 200 until 10 DME.
Checklist. Landing gears up. Flaps are up.
10 DMD.
After takeoff checks are complete.
Plan 801 after journey clear at 105 left approach. Reduce speed to 250 knots.
And that there is where the ADIZ is, so we can't fly just over there. There's no airway between here and direct to DST. So it's all forbidden airspace in here until you get to byway, at which point you're inside control space of China and they can offer you to track direct.
You're welcome.
But at this stage, we're committed to this funny zigzag.
Welcome. Chinese please, traction right is 2980. 2980.
Indeed, I think it's only until Sulam that we could get a direct to somewhere. Up to Sulam we're actually in Taipei's airspace. Only after that. So at best Taipei could direct us straight to Sulam. Maybe. But they'd need to coordinate that with a military air controller in China. So that's not going to happen. That's the signs. Can go off.
You have 752, contact control 1, 779,
Taipei control 126.7, 752. One, 267. Set.
Flight 123 directly above. Mike 123 directly right.
Taipei control, EVA 752, climbing flight level 190 out of 135.
Station for friends, EVA 752.
EVA 752 right there.
EVA 752, can say to 35 particle 370.
Flight level 370, EVA 752.
EVA 752 and proceed direct to Oli.
Direct to Olive, EVA 752. There we go. Second best I can do. I think there's an agreement that we need to have a certain trajectory into Sulam. It's Olive. Big turn though, big turn. So that's about 120 degree left turn. While travelling at Mach point 83 or so. There we go, standard set. and on the standby.
Air Canada 8, you are leaving airspace with a
Thank you.
Interesting livery, that one, and apparently the stuff inside the aircraft is branded Hello Kitty as well. I'm talking like cups and food, pillows, blankets. Let's have a look at our arrival detail for Shanghai, shall we? Weather to start with. Yeah, pretty cold now. Getting up north in the winter. Wind 340 at 4 meters per second. Scattered 3,300. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. QNH 1036. Temperature 3.
February 237, resume normal density. February 237, contact Hong Kong radar 121.3.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking from the flight deck, and we've just departed out of Taipei for our service Air Airways 752 to Shanghai, Pudong. We'll be climbing currently to a altitude of 37,000 feet, roughly 11,000 meters. And flight today from Taipei to Shanghai should take us, at this stage, looking at approximately 1 hour 20 minutes. As you sit back and enjoy your flight, hope you've enjoyed yourself so far on board the Hello Kitty Express flight Shanghai. Flight number EVA 752.
Thank you.
I'll get back to you later on in the flights once we are approaching the airspace of China with a few more details on our arrival and weather in Shanghai. At this point in time, we're looking at a temperature of 3 degrees on arrival and no rain. Few scatter clouds. Once again, thanks for flying with EVA Airways. Hope you enjoy your flight. Once again, we can thank China for putting up a really weird, complicated airway with massive turns in it. How bizarre is that? I don't know why it's like that. Yeah. Politics getting in the way of straight airways. Just add a few extra minutes to your flight. Burn a few extra 100 kilograms of fuel. Pollute the atmosphere a bit more. Make everything inconvenient. That's because some people in China don't want to recognize Taiwan as a separate country. Or even the fact that it wants to be called Taiwan. Chinese Taipei. We have this funny little situation right here. Probably so they can pretend it's not really coming from Taipei at all. It came somewhere randomly directly east of China. It's a 44% increase in the distance that would normally be required for this flight. Just because they didn't bother putting an airway straight through there.
Today, 44 minutes Taipei, heavy approach 125.1 Heavy approach 125.1, Cafe 44, thank you, good night. Today, 427, contact Hong Kong radar 121.3, good night. Good night, 5392, contact Taipei, contact Hong Kong radar 121.3, good night. LSU 118 for the reception in 170.
Descend and maintain 170 118.
LSU 118, descend at long discretion.
Let's have a little look at how long this flight will take. When do we get in there?
LSU 118, copy, descend at long
Obviously
discretion.
1 hour 20, 18 minutes.
Descend on discretion as you want.
Or 24 for the gate push. 23 is when we get in on the next hour. Potentially slightly late, longer than I expected. That's all right. About 1 hour and a half. Doable.
Vietnam 5392, Taipei.
Still pretty much that distance away from the coastline of China. So kind of like stay offshore until you get to Olive and then make a dash.
中华118，你有超收时准备好的时候再下降，可以不用那么早就下高速。好，对不起。没有关系，你要那么早下也可以啊，只是浪费油而已。
Taipei Center, good evening, February 35 Foxtrot, of course, that one, flight level 370.
Thanks for your watching. The current time in Melbourne,
Tomato coordinates.
while I'm flying this flight, 2:30 a.m.
Affirmative.
Sunday, kind of, Sunday morning, 2:30 in the morning.
The wind 35 Foxtrot, I take control roger, maintain flight level 370, and proceed out Mike.
It's a bit hard to stay comfortable.
Shanghai, Alpha, arrival.
Roger. Following Mike 750 away from Tonga and Alpha arrival for runway 05 right, entering 35 Foxtrot.
Everyone 35 Foxtrot, verify you request runway 05 right.
Affirm. 05 right possible, entering 35 Foxtrot.
Roger. Everyone 091, Taipei Expo Roger, maintain flight level 330, and verify you are on airway Mike 750.
Roger, sir, I've Mike 1 for left, got airway, Mike
104.55 is next ring.
550, Mike 750, Tonga 1 Alpha, arrival.
Let's see how well these guys coordinate. Probably not at all.
1 Alpha, I will.
Everyone
There's our turn.
Next number. Everyone 091, radio unreadable, taken.
My number is 777.
Everyone 091, radio
Can I see the information number?
Everyone 35 Foxtrot, Bravo.
Say again, please, entering 35 Foxtrot.
Everyone 35 Foxtrot, with Bravo waypoint.
Direct Bravo waypoint, entering 35 Foxtrot. hello, it's Romeo Heavy VJ to like level 352.
Heavy Wing AA Romeo Happy Taipei Control Roger, maintain level 350, and maintain Max 0.77. Heavy Wing AA Romeo Taipei Control, maintain level 350, and maintain Max 0.77.
Cool. We're heading up towards Dongshan now, and we should be getting a handover. I'm going to go direct to Akato because I can't be bothered doing left-right turns all day.
Heavy Wing 091 select Boca.
Direct to Boca and we'll reach out.
One 180 level 170.
Senate Dimension by level 170 and the 1110.
Handover.
118 Taipei approach 125.1
Maybe never.
Convey Taipei approach 125.1, advance.
Do you happen to know that we're past the border now and should be with Shanghai Centre? In fact, I do need to cross the next waypoint at 11,000.
Eva 752 contact Shanghai 120.95.
Shanghai 120.95, Eva 752. Shanghai sent EVA 752 is maintaining 11,000 meters flight level.
Eva 752 beginning Shanghai control, radar identified, Fox 6301.
EVA 752, maintaining 11,000 thanks. We're in metric airspace now, 11,000. Obviously we're also heading west, so it's an even in feet. Six 6301. 075 2 is Squawking 630.
Okay, so actual radar identified. Welcome to Shanghai.
Of course we can't keep the same squawk code, that would be too logical. Not removing the controller, we're just removing the system that China has in their airways. Very good of the controller to actually do it correctly, even though it is bizarre. It's correctly bizarre. Anyhow, it is time now to have a look at some charts. Now I can say a lot of bad things about China, but there's one good thing about China. All of our charts are freely available on the internet for free on their website. EAIP, which means Electronic Aerial Information Procedures. So it's www.eaipchina.cn. Pick up Meridian chart. Can't all be Taipei ones. Taipei also has that, but the website runs so slow it's ridiculous. China's runs alright actually. Sometimes. It's not necessarily in the most logical of orders, but you know, it's free. At least they do mark out the chart names quite logically. ZSPD, 7C, SID, Bravo 34, and so on. Let's have a look at the gate, or at least the terminal that we should be going to. Terminal 2 apparently. So looking like 3416 is my preferred runway. If we end up on 35 left or right, we have to taxi across, get this side of the airfield. So if we get 34, it'll all be good. It'd be nice to get out of this headwind as well after we turn. Next place where we turn is the VOR, Airport and City of Dongshan. When we do make the turn, I do believe we actually need to change altitude again as well. To 10,700 meters. Should be 351. A stepped descent. A little bit backwards. Go up to 371. Not too bad. So 11,300 meters. I'll last with that back to town. Although it's only 40 miles. Yeah, that's why they're going. 351. Makes sense now. So we've got 80 miles to our top of descent point, so we really need to look at our arrivals. Let's assume it's a 3-4. Runway 34. And ILS 34. So be by the Andong 11 Alpha, that looks of it. Maybe not. The Foxtrot is also a possibility. One of those. Cool. We'll wait for control to give it to us. Trying to find a nice paper chart. I'll be all set. Seems I've lost the voice connection. Let's see if I can get that. Connected. Sure. That's all that I needed. Frame, tap. Gate 89 would be our ideal spot. 91 is fine as well. Look at the RLS, most of the sundries. So if it's runway 34, it'll be RLS 108.3, inbound course 347. It's the same inbound course for all the 35s as well. Class Charlie, we're at Delta today, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we'll be Class Delta. It's going to program. Arriving with 14.8, that's 17.2. .4. 230.6, 230. 230.6 gives us a fence speed of flap 30, 143. And the other funny thing that we have on the charts is the fact that the minimums are set in meters. Let's descend. Shanghai Control, EVA 752 requesting descent at flight level 10,700 meters.
Police stadium, please.
EVA 752 requesting descent, flight level 10,700 meters, 35,100.
Airphone, meeting 5,700 meters.
So maintain 10,700, EVA 752. VNAV, cruise to set, 351. As you can see, we're tracking east of the north now. Because of that big zigzag, we were tracking eastbound and then westbound and then eastbound again. Right, let's do a briefing. Likely to get an arrival called the Andong, Alpha November Delta.
EVA 752, your arrival children is available.
Yep, 752, ready to copy.
EVA 752, I don't have airport using only freestyle right. Alpha November Delta 11 hotel arrival and iOS approach.
Get that cleared to Shanghai via Andong 11 Hotel. Arrival, runway 35 right ILS, EVA 752.
Yes.
That throws some of that out. Let's get the 35 right. ILS. I need to taxi across the other side of the runway, which means I want to vacate on the first. Order break 2. Let's see which of these transitions is right. Tell Iglet. There it is. Oh, do we have an amber one? No, Iglet. Good stuff. Alright, Rimim SHZ, Venex AND, that's where we enter the arrival. From there to IDNIK, IDNIK, Eaglet, which has the hold, and also is the position where we enter the ILS. Right, open that frame. ILS Eaglet to PD 003 302, oh that's there we are, 0023 ILS. Alright, let's have a look at it on the plan. There's Eaglet. So that thing. Zone 2, then in down and all the way down. That's not a problem. And on that approach, the minimums is 69 meters. Which I know we convert to feet, which is 226. .26 is set. And it's going to turn on the seatbelt signs, we're getting a bit bumpy. A little bit of clear air turbulence. Oh, now it's set.
You are 052 now, ascending and maintaining 4,500 meters by Andrew.
Delta 4,700 meters by Andrew, Eva 752. $4,700 set. It's Andrew, wasn't it? There it is. 1550, yeah, that's right.
There a different cargo, A794, with name patrol radar identified. Descending and maintaining 4,500 meters by sunset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain speaking. I've turned on the seatbelt signs in preparation for descent and our arrival into Shanghai this evening. At this stage, I'd like for you to return to your seats and ensure that your seatbelts are fastened. Please also be sure to obey any instructions given to you by the cabin crew. Currently, we are looking to arrive into Shanghai on time. With arrival time at on the gate at around 11:30. Weather in Shanghai at the moment is fairly cold, 3 degrees, cooling overnight to a possible -3. Currently wind is from the north, as expected with that type of temperature, with the light scattering of cloud. Once again, thank you for flying with EVA Air. Hope you've enjoyed the Hello Kitty experience. Cabin crew, prepare the aircraft for arrival. Top descent, 15. That's some hefty crosswind there. Quite atlas down there as well. Thanks and bouncing around. there's the descent. Let's do the descent checklist. Recall. Recall check, there are runners. That's checked. Auto brake is set for 2. Landing data VRAP has been set 143. And approach briefing. Let's just revise that. I've pretty much done all of it, haven't I? Got the ILS to the 135 right. Just on left complex. Outer marker is 490 meters. Shall leave on. 487, which is the middle of the outer marker. Minimum descent altitude has been set. It is 69 meters, equivalent to 226, which we have set. Passenger sides are on since we've already had some turbulence. Ref is set, and I'm happy to call that approach briefing complete. Just looking at where we're going after we land, we're probably going to end up on taxiway Alpha 4. We wanted to make a right hand turn back onto taxiway Bravo and then turning left onto Tango 4. Northbound on Tango 4 all the way out to about gate number 92 and we turn on left on Whiskey 4. Into gate 92. Next checklist is approach. We can close that for the moment. Nice, relaxing and quiet on the way down. Sunset. That crosswind though, look at that. Really is flying sideways, isn't it? Due to this 106 knot crosswind from back. You can really see how the airplane flies in wind. The wind itself is carrying it sideways. The airplane is actually flying straight as the air is concerned. It's flying in that direction, but the wind itself is carrying it off to the right there. plane's naturally flying that kind of configuration with the crosswind, especially 100 knot crosswind. It's not something you normally see close to the ground. Just down on the ground, you wouldn't hear of 100 knots in a crosswind unless it's a cyclone. FMS message, wants some drag. Let's give it. Come off the speed brake. Seatbelt sign's already on. Logo light goes on now. Everything else is as it is. 3:10 AM. Up on the status there for a second.
Alpha Cargo A794, contact Shanghai approach on 120.3. Have a nice flight.
Oh, that's not transition yet. Charlie.
752. You are 752, contact Shanghai approach on 120.3. Have a nice flight. Bye-bye.
Shanghai approach 120.3, either 752. Go ahead. 203. Shanghai approach, EVA 752 is descending 4,700 meters out of 4,900. Shanghai approach, EVA 752 at 4,500 meters. Shanghai approach. Shanghai approach, EVA 752.
Navigation, go ahead.
Eva 752 is at 4,500 meters.
Roger, Eva 752, Shanghai Police radar identified, land number 18355, and zone 11 hotel arrival, now descend to 1 correction, 900 meters from here, 1036.
So again, the altitude, Eva 752.
900 meters from here, 1036.
QNH 1036, 100 meters, Eva 752. 100 meters.
Lufthansa cargo 794 approach.
That's 400 feet.
Lufthansa 794 approach, radar identified and runway 35 left. Touchdown 1, crimson, radar to the final. Now turn right, heading 170 and maintain 2,007 meters, Shanghai Fuse 1036.
1,000 meters, I believe, but 100. I'm not going to put the MCP down that low. Okay, what is our mist? Mist is heading heading 317.
Turn right, heading 170. Descend maintain flat level 89.
Missed approach. Climbing straight ahead and then turning left, tracking 317 degrees to 300 meters. Then left to PDL at 900 meters. Maybe said 900, that makes sense.
Lufthansa cargo 794, confirmed, turning right, heading 170.
Right heading 150, all of the cargo 794.
Lufthansa cargo 794, negative, turn right, heading 170. 170.
That's affirmative, 170, cargo 794.
1036, let's set that in standby as well. And approach road. Let's see how we're doing on the grad. On the 1.9, on 1.9. Checked.
EVA 752, report current vertical speed.
EVA 752, current vertical speed 2,000 feet a minute and actual speed 240 knots.
EVA 752, roger.
Really want to say it, but it's all about that brakes. Put PD-003 in there. Just give us a bit more space. Not hold, let's just do the PD3.
Eva 722, disregard.
Okay, we can come off the brakes now. Seat the cabin. Cabin crew, seats for arrival.
Lufthansa cargo 8794, your turn left and 120 and maintain flight level 69.
Good evening, and the pleasure of the flight and that's 120 to the cargo.
You are 752 clear with 35 approach. Report status.
35 right approach and we'll go Eva 752. Okay, we're on centerline, let's arm the approach. Look nice.
Lufthansa cargo 794, descend to flight level 30.
Is that like a diesel or some level 8?
Light swipe active, approach mode armed. Altimeter set. Approach checklist complete. That's ready for landing. That's increase speed down to flap. Let's deploy flap 1. Speed 200.
Euro 752, confirm established.
Euro 752 established on 25 right. Flap 5.
Euro 752, roger. Canada 135, by coach, contact. Pudong Tower West 118.8. Have a nice flight, good day, sir.
Go to the tower 11. Let's see, 118.8 was it? Set the ADAS frequency for some reason. Tower frequency set. About 15. Speed 160. Speed check 164. Flap 20. Shanghai Tower, EVA 752, established 35 right. Cabin's ready.
EVA 752, good morning. Pudong Tower, wind 340 5 meters per second. Runway 35 right, cleared.
35 right, cleared land, EVA 752. Established, gear down. Speed brake arm. And gear down, 3 green.
2500.
2500. Let's go full flap, flap 30. VREF plus 5. 38 set. My airplane. And the marker through 480 feet. Meters, I need 480 meters. Not feet.
Approaching 3-5.
3-5. Checked. Landing checklist complete. And clear to land. stable.
Approaching minimums.
Visual.
Minimums.
Landing.
$100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Inverters deployed. $80 knots. 60 knots. Angle braking.
US 752, turn right Alpha 4, contact ground 121 display, work on weather into Shanghai.
Overground 1 to 1.8, either 752. Flaps up. That's all fine. On 1.8. Alpha 4. Shanghai ground, EVA 752 vacated on Alpha 4. We're over to the Terminal 2 area, gate 92.
EVA 752, Shanghai ground, good evening. Taxi to gate 16 via taxiway Alpha 4, report engine shutdown.
Give that over to 16, EVA 752. That's a bit of a difference, as I've established during this flight. When the Chinese tell you to do something weird, you do it.
EVA 752, transponder no standby.
Standby, EVA 752. Transponder, standby. Let's get that APU going. One hour, 18 minutes of flight time. 1 hour 25 since we left the gate. Gate 16. Over there someplace. I think I've spotted it. Alright, flight directors are off, weather radar is off. We have terrain over there. APU is running. Undock a camera. That would be pretty fun. We'll do that. Nope. I'll just have to use the camera in here. Oh, there it is. Turn on camera light. It's more night time yet properly. Taxi lights off. Brakes. Plug brake set. Camera. KPU is running. We can shut off engines. And we'll request deboarding. So back down. Alright, drill lights off, pumps off. Most of that looks fine. Cool. So I can move forward in the seat a bit. Let's talk about doors.
Last 752, are you recording the radio?
F752, just let the gate down.
You are 752, please confirm you are in 3216.
Cool. So that's ready to unload, and looks like the gate's just still coming on. Stairs are ready. Call the cabin. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-jack. Shanghai ground, Eva 752, thanks for the flight.
Eva 752, welcome to Shanghai. See you next time, bye bye.
Ciao. Cool. So just getting the doors open. There we go. You can go off now. Righto. So there we are in Shanghai after a nice little flight over from Taipei. So it's been Musical Aviator signing off. Have a good one.